Hey, this is Adam Yurchick recording for TCGplayer.com. Thank you for joining me for round 3, and we're here in the finals, and we lost a die roll, and we open up on a hand with both colors of mana and a curve, so I'm going to keep it. The white main line is not actually a 2-drop. I have to save it to recycle something later, but Warden of Evos Isle into Welcome Guide is plenty good, and then I obviously drew the best 2-drop my deck can play here with Mistral Charger. So my opponent plays Elvish Vanguard. I remember passing one very late, and I commented that I didn't think there was an Elf Drafter because it was going along so late. Looks like there is an Elf Drafter, and his deck is probably very, very good based on that late Elf. So we'll see what happens here. He is probably just going to put up a lot of Elves, a lot of synergy, and it's just going to be a race. So I was obviously very fortunate to draw the Mistral Charger. He doesn't offer a trade. I think I would have had to trade there if he had attacked. But he did not, so he's obviously planning on playing more elves. Not going to trade here. I would like to trade off the Welcome Guide so I can Karmic Guide it back. So, get in for 6. And then I can get it, if I can block with the Welkin, then Karmic Guide it back. That'll be 6 more, and then I'll have 6 points in play. Actually 8 points in play, so I can block with the Karmic Guide. The problem is Elvish Vanguard plus the Huntmaster means he's getting 2 elves each time. So I'll block, let's go to 8, and then I can block his 5, his big creature next turn. Should be good. Or I could block, his chump is 5/5, go to 11. Yeah, I like this more. Because that 2 would get in next turn, and I basically only saving 1 damage. Okay, but he kills my creature. Oh, with Morbid, so he just wrathed me. Wow. I'm gonna play the Omens and look for Mana War for his Vanguard, and I'm just dead. Just gonna concede. I could have seen another card, I guess. Yeah, I should have let him attack me. Let him play something main phase to try to kill me. But I had no more outs in the deck from that board. His deck is the sort of deck I don't want to play. My deck is great at taking apart middling sort of decks, weak decks, sort of average decks with just a curve, creatures, removal. I don't really have a lot of synergy. If someone has a deck that's greater than the sum of its parts, I'm going to be really hard pressed to disrupt that well enough to actually win. I don't have counter spells. I don't have a lot of removal. My bounce isn't particularly good against his cards. So, like, I could have bounced his Vanguard last turn, but then he would have just replayed it, made another elf, and then built it back up again. Don't see any reason to sideboard, so yeah, I'm just going to limit this. And hopefully I can get an aggressive draw. I mean, that last game was pretty close. If he wouldn't have had that removal, he would have been in trouble, actually. So it's fine. We'll just keep this. Have that Mistral Charger. That's what I'm going for. Scoured Barrens. Happily bottom that because I have Pilgrim's Eye to find a black mana. I definitely do not need more lands. So starting out well. We can pacifism that thing later on. Let's find a swamp now. Oh. F6, but F6, if you do it when you're attacking, just skips your attack. So it wouldn't be proper video without some dumb misclicks, but I missed 2 damage. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. And he has a very good draw. Oh no. Tragic Slip, the 2-1, so we'll not be dealing any damage with that. And I'll play the Honor Guard. Would have loved to have that last turn, or would have loved to have that before he cast Slip, rather. This card wrecks something like Tragic Slip. Timberwatch Elf, perfect. So actually, Timberwatch Elf has to target the Honor Guard. Let's pacifism his Vanguard, so Honor Guard could actually block it, and let's get in for 1. So now I'm going to need some action. Otherwise, I'm just going to get run over. He's low on cards, though. And he actually isn't doing anything. War Priest of Thune. Will not be playing that. I'll just keep getting in for 1. I could play White Mane, get another land, but the 2/2 body doesn't really matter. Rather save the White Mane for something like Phyrexian Rager. I'm going to Silent Departure his 3/3 Vanguard. And I'll get in here. Could have actually got in with the Flag Bearer if I wanted to. Maybe I should have. Could have been at 12 with the Charger and then the Guard down to 10 there. Maybe I would be more aggressive if he was at lower life. But yeah, I could have attacked and then Rager blocked his 1/1s. I'm just going to get in for 5 here. I need to try to kill him. Eye Blight's ending. So let's cast White Mane. Problem is now I can use Timberwatch and kill my Rager by blocking with his 1/1 or his Timberwatch. But I absolutely need that Timberwatch contained with my Honor Guard, so I can't afford to let it die. Without that Honor Guard, this game would have been over a long time ago. That Timberwatch does an insane amount of damage. I'm going to take 5 from it this turn. I mean, I'm actually taking more because I can't even block. Taking like 8 from it. And pass here. I need my Pilgrim's Eye to block his 3/1. Alright, we're stabilized again. Another White Mane. Play a flyer. Get in for 1 in the air. Gonna turn the aggression back on. His 3/1 is contained by my Honor Guard, and now I have enough creatures to block his other ones. And I need to chip away at him so I can kill him with flyers. So he's probably working with Morbid here. Maybe he's bluffing it. I'm just going to take it. Because I have Rift Watcher to gain plenty of life. if it comes down to that. And let's do that. So he's not quite dead. He would have lethal facing him if I would have hit him for 2 with that Mistral. Or traded 2 damage with that Coalition Guard earlier. It all adds up. It's really big to miss damage. Just gonna block his 3/3 with my 2/4 and take the 3/1. This way nothing dies. Get in. Now I can add a flyer to the board, or I could play white main, bounce the Rift Watcher, replay it, and I'm just gonna do that. This way he just has very few ways to beat me. Just gets rid of some outs. Guardian of the Shaman of the pack that drains me. It's a card you could have. And pass it back with 3 flyers that will kill him, assuming he can only kill 2 of them. And I win. So, despite missing some damage there, the Coalition Honor Guard contained his Timberwatch Elf, and I was able to get him. Oh, I actually had a Silent Departure in my graveyard most of that game, didn't I? Not that I needed to use it. But I completely forgot. Need to tighten up in the final. And I'll run this. Don't see any reason to change it up. He keeps... I have a hand with only blue, and then the clunky Sphinx, and a Karmic God I can't use, and a Rager I have to find a black for, but I need white. I just have to mulligan the awkward hand. Keep that. Don't have blue, but I have a redraw with Wall of Omens, and I'm on the draw, and I have a scry. I scryed a Plains to the bottom. And this hand should be alright. I don't know if he missed his second land, or just played too quick, but I'm drawing a card, and I'm drawing a card next turn, and this is awesome. So it looks like he probably actually missed his land. But he hit a swamp, and now he has Blight Soil to make it green, so that's unfortunate. He's right back in it. I thought I was going to get some freebie game. It'd be really satisfied, but this will make a much better recording. Cool. Vanguard. Not super cool. Go ahead and Pacifism, his largest one. Get in for 2. I haven't seen anything worth pacifisming other than Vanguard, and it's going to be his biggest creature anyway, so I'll just use that. And Welcome Guide, I'll just get in for some damage while I can. He's down to 12, and now he's on a 6-turn clock. And actually the Shoreline Ranger coming down, going to put him on a 2-turn clock. He'll go down to 10, and then he'll be dead in 2 turns. My wall's doing work. And if I draw land, that Sphinx is getting into play. Oh. Lissalana Scarblade. He does need elves to sustain it, but he is just killing my creatures now. Gonna attack him. I have to put the pressure on him. I have to force him to use the Scarblade. I have to force him to have it, so I'm just gonna put all the pressure on. Next turn I could use white main to bounce the wall, draw an extra card. Probably kills that. Yeah, he discards Blightsoil Druid, kills my flyer. But he's still not getting in for a ton. Still block his 3/3 and his 1/1. So I'll just take damage from the Vanguard. And there's a Thunderclap Wyvern. Doesn't do much. I still think I should actually just use white mane. I think I should use white mane. Replay the wall. Because I want to play the wall this turn to have an extra chance at a land to play the Sphinx, which maybe can somehow stabilize. And I'm going to pass. I'm going to keep the Welkin back on defense. The aggro plan's off the table now. And I didn't mention it earlier, but Shoreline Rager, cycle, and then play Karmic Guide is pretty sweet. What's he got? Another Elvish Vanguard. His deck is sweet. This was the game he kept a 1-lander and passed his second turn. Can't argue against his keep, though. I mean, any land, he just played the Blightsoil, got his green, and then just took over the game. So I want to kill his 3/3. I'm going to double block it. I'm going to trade 2/2 with his 2/2. Chump his 8/8. And I'm looking to Karmic Guide it back, maybe. The Sphinx of the Steelwind just looks like nothing compared to that Vanguard. It's so funny. I mean, he can act. I mean, Sphinx of the Steelwind doesn't do anything next to his Scarblade. So I guess he could have used Scarblade to kill my 2/2 and saved his 3/3, but he didn't. So he probably doesn't have an elf. I think he would do that if he had it. I'm just gonna play the Sphinx. Hopefully it's good. Karmic Guide Chump isn't getting me anywhere. I guess Karmic Guide, Wall of Omens, draw Mana War, bounce this thing would have actually been a pretty decent line, and then I could have cast Sphinx the next turn. I'm just going for it. Don't think he has an elf. He has one. So I don't think it matters what. Okay. I think it mattered what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if I would have hit Mana War, I would have lived another turn. Did I? No. Alright, well, thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun.